Good morning, everyone. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being here this morning. I know it was a little chilly when all of us got up, but now we're in this very nice building, and it's warm, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you for coming to the City of Winston-Salem 2016 Project We Care and Neighborhood Association Expo. And many of you have been taking advantage of checking out the vendors who are here for our Neighborhood Association Expo. So that's excellent, wonderful. My name is Catherine Mobley. I am with the Marketing and Communications Department and your MC. We're going to begin our program with the presentation of colors by the Boy Scout Troop 898 from Union Baptist Church right here in Winston-Salem. That will be followed by the singing of the national anthem by Nicholas Brown. He's one of our young people. So if everyone would please stand.
Color guard, attend. Hut. Color guard, advance. Color guard, present colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Color guard, dismiss.
Many of you have been with us and have participated in this program for a couple of years. Some of you are new. This program, Project We Care, it celebrates Winston-Salem residents. It celebrates each of you who have chosen to donate thousands of hours volunteering, helping people of all ages, your neighbors, and sometimes total strangers. Project We Care was launched in 2009, shortly after President Barack Obama was ushered into office for his first term. Now, his national call for community service, it inspired millions across the country, including one woman here in Winston-Salem, who had already spent most of her life serving others in public service. She recognized the importance of honoring people who demonstrate civic pride by giving of themselves to other individuals. And with the support of Winston-Salem City Council members and the Community Business and Development Department, Project We Care was launched. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Pro Tem and Council Member representing the Northeast Ward, Vivian H. Burke.
Good morning, and thank you so very much to our elected officials who probably will be here later on. We have about 3 or 4 of them who say they will be here. And to the city manager and his staff and all the employees with the city of Winston-Salem, and especially to the volunteers. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for caring about this city and loving it the way I love and care about it. I did not want to go to this particular subject about volunteerism, but when everybody mentions President Obama talking about he ran on change, talking about neighborhood groups and volunteerism, I tell them I started that before he was even born, talking about what he brought to the table, which I admire greatly. The one thing I regret with this great program and with how much you do to make it what it is today, that we've not been able to get Washington to even recognize us for the volunteerism we do. We're probably one of the most forward cities with volunteerism, and yet and still I've tried to get it recognized at the level there in Washington, D.C., and it appears that President Obama will be going out without knowing the great work we're doing. But I want you to know we did send it to him. And city manager, I guess, will have to try a little bit harder to see if Washington will recognize this city for what you do. Some years ago, I thought about neighborhoods and how we save and keep our neighborhoods safe and sound. And probably the major way we do it is to involve you. And I want to say to each and every one of you how much we sincerely appreciate and respect you as individuals living in this great city of Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I had just said to the city manager as I look out, we're going to have to work a little bit harder for it to be the diverse city that we are today. We're one of the most diverse cities in Winston-Salem here, looking around as we see our neighborhoods growing and developing. So this morning, in a very simple way, with God in front, 2 words that we understand better than any 2 words. Thank you for the love and care you give to this city to help us to move forward in a positive way. God be with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize some of our elected officials. Councilmember McIntosh, who's just walked in. Would you like to say a few words? No. Okay. Also, our city manager is here. Would you like to say a few words? No. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we will continue with our program. Not only is Winston-Salem home to very giving people, it's also home to extremely talented people. And some of them are with us this morning. Their soulful praise and their vibrant harmonies have earned them accolades nationally and around the world. And they've just completed another CD. Please welcome the Renaissance Choir, led by Dion Owens. talk about volunteering and putting in hours and hours of hard work to make this program come together. Many, many people have come to the table and have rolled up their sleeves and have worked very hard so you can have an enjoyable morning. First of all, I'd like to ask Mr. Christopher Mack and Tawanda Montgomery. She's in the house somewhere. Tawanda, I know you're in, there you are, you're in the back. Both of them have worked together very closely to organize and produce this event. So let's just show our appreciation. We also have some department heads here who have also lent their resources to make all of this happen. Richie Brooks, sitting right over there. I'm going to talk about him in just a minute with the Community and Business Development Department, and also Mr. McNeil. Mr. McNeil, who is with he's over the marketing and communications. Where is he? Wave your hand. I know you're here somewhere. I just saw, there he is. Yeah, I saw him with the camera. So thank you very much. And also the COWs. Those are our community assistant liaisons. If you could please stand, because they have been managing volunteers. They've made sure that the tables were decorated, that the tablecloths were put on the table. So if you can stand and wave your hands, please. I know you guys are busy working all over the place. There you are. There they are back there. Those beautiful people. And, you know, they do a lot of work behind the scenes. They support our council members, which means they're supporting our city administration, which means they're supporting you. So when you have concerns, when you have questions, when you're not sure about something happening in your neighborhood or in your community, you can call them, and they work very hard to get those answers for you. So thank you very much. Now, as we continue on with our program, this is the point where we honor you. Now, some of you are a part of neighborhood associations, and I just wanted to take a moment because others who maybe have worked as individuals donating their time and volunteering, you may not know about neighborhood associations, or maybe you've heard, but you're not really sure what they do. Neighborhood associations are very special groups of people who come together, and sometimes business leaders come together. They all live in the same area, and they work with different city departments to improve their neighborhood association, and helping them navigating through the various city resources is the Community and Business Department, which, as I said, is headed up by our Richie Brooks. Thank you so much, and his very dedicated staff. When you first came in this morning, you might have noticed on the screens we had a variety of photographs circulating through, and those were pictures of our different neighborhood associations who had sponsored different events, and just illustrating some of the wonderful projects they're doing with senior citizens, with our young people, community gardens, with a football league. And it's fun. Sometimes they also work to get, road work done, or sidewalk ways repaired. So they do a lot of important things that you may not necessarily realize is coming as a result of your neighbors stepping outside of their comfort zone and plugging in and saying, we're going to get involved and we're going to make this place better. And what they do is they're making the city of Winston-Salem a much nicer and safer and more beautiful place to live, to raise your family, and to lay down new foundations of success. I said before, we are all here because of the vision of our Mayor Pro Tem, Vivian H. Burke. That's right. Show her some love. Show her some love. You know, because of her passion for community service. And as she said, she was volunteering, she was organizing, she was inspiring other people to care about their neighbors, to step outside of their four walls long before President Barack Obama took the national stage and called all of us, reminded all of us that this is a good thing to do. It's the right thing to do. It's what makes us be able to call where we live home and to feel proud about it. You know, Mayor Pro Tem, she also inspired the city of Winston-Salem, the council members, to reach out and publicly appreciate, show its appreciation for each one of you who selflessly, every day, get up and make the choice to help. And that is awesome. And as I look out, I see we have this wonderful diversity of ages. We have elderlies, we have young adults, we have our youth. And that's what we need to keep doing because we are the living examples for the next generation. It cannot stop with us. It's got to be passed on, inspiring our young people to do the exact same thing, and every opportunity we can to let them know, no matter how tall or small or how young you are, you can still do something, even in school. Even in school, if you just smile at a classmate, maybe they're having a hard day, help pick somebody's books up, you know, help them with their studies. All of that is laying down that new foundation of success, which continues to make Winston-Salem an awesome place to live. I would now like to invite Christopher Mack and Tawanda Montgomery to the stage for a special presentation.
Let's give a hand to our MC, Ms. Catherine Mobley from the city of Winston-Salem. Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. We're glad you're here. And without further ado, this is a surprise portion of the program. I would like to say on behalf of the mayor and elected officials of the city of Winston-Salem, the city manager's office, city staff, all of you volunteers as citizens, associations, and organizations, we are proud to take this opportunity that we do not take for granted, that we have an outstanding visionary leader in the city of Winston-Salem by the title of Dr. Vivian H. Burke. Please stand and give her a hand. I thank you for doing that because we recognize in our city, and the city manager, Mr. Garrity, will tell you behind us, along with Councilman McIntosh and others, that this city has always been outstanding in coming together. Mr. Richard Brooks has ran the department for plenty of years. It continues to grow the organizations and associations. This program started out small with big vision. This program continues to break the numbers of records each and every year. So as I allow you to take your seat from standing to recognize her in honor with all of us, I would like to present to her from all of us in the city, including you, this bouquet of flowers from Ms. Tawanda Montgomery, my co-project coordinator for this event, and I also have another special surprise to offer. On this note, before I say any other word, as a matter of fact, I want to say on this note, I'm going to ask Dr. Burke to stand. We had some buttons donated. We had some buttons donated that came from the VPAL group, and it was done, as I see one of our elected officials from the North Ward. Let's give Councilmember Adams a hand, please. We have, in this moment of acknowledgement, a button that you may have seen a few volunteers wearing in the front. Let me tell you the purpose of this button. It's an idea we came up with, and we want you to honor this idea, and we look forward to being commemorative long-term for the legacy of Dr. Burke's vision for Project We Care. On the button, it says, "Thank you for all you do." From Dr. Vivian H. Burke, Project We Care 2016, and it has two palms of hands holding up a heart. Because if you know her at all, she's all about passion for the people, passion for service, and passion for community and ground roots efforts. So with all due respect, you're gonna have an opportunity today to receive one of these buttons for the first time as a giveaway. We're asking every year we have this program that the city honors, you wear this button as it builds legacy to the legacy of the work that she's done for this city for going on almost 40 plus years as an elected official. She had no idea this was gonna happen, so we thank you and God bless you.
God be the glory. I want you to know that every time someone paused to say something about anyone that's positive in this city, I am pleased. When you do what you do in your homes, your neighborhoods, your churches, your schools, your businesses, you represent Winston-Salem, the city. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. And I want you to know, especially to the people from the Northeast Ward, I'm on your shoulders. The many things that people say and do about an individual, the individual clearly understands they could not do that if not people having faith and confidence. May God be with all of us. And I'm just so thankful to Chris and to Ms. Montgomery and to the elected officials, our mayor, our council people, the staff, and to the city manager who manages this city through the directions from the council people to move our city forward in a very positive way. May God be with all of you, and may you have a blessed Christmas, a blessed season, and that may 2017 give us even more. God be with you. Thank you.
We are holding our event in the North Ward, and it's represented by Councilmember Dee Dee Adams. Would you like to say a few words? Of course. All right. So she would like to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the North Ward. I apologize. My Mayor Pro Tem knows I've been slightly on the road for the past month and driving back and forth. And this morning, an hour conference call turned into a 2-hour conference call, but I told him I had to go because I was going to be here at this. Again, the legacy that Mayor Pro Tem Dr. Vivian H. Burke is leaving for the city of Winston-Salem is just phenomenal. And for each of you to be here and to continue to come here each year to support this initiative, it's her way of showing her appreciation to you for being engaged not just in your communities, but in the city of Winston-Salem. Again, happy holidays to everyone. Be safe, and thank you for visiting the North Ward.
Thank you so much, Councilmember. Thank you. And right now, we're going to hear from our city manager, Lee Garrity.
Good afternoon. I always love this event for several reasons. Number one, I'm blessed to have the greatest mayor in City Council, Mayor Pro Tem, to work for, to make it easy to work for such a great group. But number two, and just as importantly, all of you. You all are like city employees that I don't have to pay, which is great. Seriously, all of you make huge differences. I know most of you, and I know most of you are the kind of people that are so dedicated to your community and your neighborhood that you hold us accountable. You reach out, you work hard, you volunteer, but you hold city staff accountable because after all, we work for you. You pay our salaries with your taxes, and you guys are the ones who really make the difference, and we couldn't do it without you. So I wanted to thank all of you for that. I wish all of you a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We're going into a new year. Another great year for Winston-Salem. So again, thank you all for being here.